You guys know I'm a mark for women's wrestling, so it shouldn't really be any surprise to anybody when I say the women's match was the best match of the night, but the women's match was the best match of the night, guys. What's going on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal Spaz, Phoenix, the YWC Reality Check, here with your May 5th SmackDown review. And, like I said in the preview, there's a lot of stuff in this show that were just really lackluster, other than the women's match, and that's really going to show in how I talk about the show. It starts off with a very lackluster what the hell's highlight reel with Jericho. Comes out, basically brags about hospitalizing Ambrose, brags about breaking the pot, Mitch the plant, over his head, then talks about his guest, Sami Zayn, who is, you know, a sore loser and a thief and roddy rah based on what happened on Monday night. Zayn comes out, talks about the Intercontinental Championship situation, says he's not a sore loser, he's mad at Owens because of what he did after the match, and he thinks he could be a good Intercontinental Champion, and he thinks a lot of other people want to see him as champion. Roddy rah. The best part of this segment is that The Miz comes out. The Miz comes out with Maurice, doing his typical douchebag Hollywood thing. And I don't know if they did this on Monday. I wasn't paying attention, to be quite honest with you. But they've got the red carpet. And they've got the red carpet out there with people running down the red carpet roll as Miz and Maurice come out. So it makes me think of old school Eminem, Mercury, Nitro, and Melina, which is funny because Nitro went on to become John Morrison, who was a tag team partner of The Miz at one point, so, you know, everything comes full circle and all that, but the red carpet popped me a lot. He comes out, tells Jericho tries to cut him off and say, this isn't Miz TV. Miz just looks him square in the face, says, your show can wait. It's fucking great, is what it is, because you got Jericho and Miz, and you really kind of want to see a battle of the douchebags between the two of them, but, you know, they're both there, they're both trying to talk down Sami Zayn, so he turns to Sami Zayn, says, you are a thief, this is my title, next time I see you lay a finger on my title, there's going to be big problems. So Sami Zayn does a really, really childish, you know, poking the belt thing, you know, I'm touching your belt, take some time out of that to make fun of Jericho's $15,000 light bright jacket, which is great. They keep bickering. Jericho freaks out because he's losing control of his show and calls them idiots and leaves. Zayn and Miz continue to bait each other. Maurice actually accepts a challenge for The Miz. Now, this is big, not really because of a non-title match that happens on SmackDown, but it shows again what I said in my Raw Thoughts video with Miz, is they're very slow. He's still a douchebag, and he's still a slimy guy, and he's going to take every underhanded trick in the book, but they're sort of taking away a lot of his cowardly heel tendencies. There's a lot more situations where he's stayed his ground rather than leaving. He's, you know, this situation here where he could have very easily said, no, we don't have a match tonight, fuck off. I'm the champion, we fight when I, you know, to pull a Kevin Owens, I'm a champion, I fight when I want to fight type thing. But he didn't, he had this match with Sami Zayn, and it was really, really good. We come back from commercial break, and they do, in fact, have a match going on. Miz versus Zayn, non-title. Zayn works the arm, Miz returns the favor, much like I talked about on NXT last night, and I will say it until my dying breath, the simplest psychology you can have in a match is anything you can do, I can do better. So you punch me, I'm going to punch you back. You work my leg, I'll work your leg. You wear down my arm, I'll wear down your arm. It's such a critical part of the put together of a match. I'm always going to mention it. People have mocked me for mentioning it, but I'm going to keep mentioning it. Snapmare and an armbar by Sami Zayn and 3 more snapmares. Mounted 10 punch in the corner by Zayn. Snake eyes in a mud hole by The Miz. Leg lariat by Zayn and a side headlock. Kick in the face by The Miz. A lariat by Zayn, who dumps Miz out of the ring. Zayn eats the apron back first and comes back with a moonsault off the rail. Now that, you know, diverting from the conversation of psychology for a second, because you figure somebody who's just taken the brunt of that apron to their spine isn't going to be able to pull off a maneuver like the moonsault, but he does sell it afterwards, so you can kind of believe that, you know, this is the last thing I should be doing when I just smashed my back, but a little bit of adrenaline got me through it. We go to commercial break, we come back, we had a top rope double axe handle by The Miz because Owens is now on commentary. Owens mocks The Miz, mocks his athleticism. He's like, congratulations, you came off the top rope and landed on your own feet and punched him. which is basically what a double axe handle is. Double axe handle is kind of one of the silliest moves there is, but Owens on commentary pointing it out is fucking great. They trade punches. Zayn dumps out The Miz. There's a suicide somersault swanton by Sami Zayn, and he goes face to face with Owens for a second. Owens waits until Sami Zayn gets back into the ring. His back is turned. He's facing The Miz. He's concentrating on his opponent. Owens comes in, jumps Zayn, causes the disqualification. There's a 2-on-1 beatdown. Cesaro makes the save, and Cesaro gets to be the guy that stands triumphant in the middle of the ring after doing not very fucking much. But I do like the idea of imagery here. Now, at Payback, you had the big clusterfuck because there was Cesaro and The Miz, and Zayn and Owens got involved in the match, and after everything was all said and done, everybody was laying, you saw Kevin Owens holding up the belt. On Raw, similar schmoz happened. You had Sami Zayn holding up the belt. Now, tonight, you had another schmoz. You had Cesaro holding up the belt. Guarantee you, those 3 still shots are going to be in the build-up package for this match when they finally do announce this match, and it happens at Extreme Rules, and they do the video package before the match. Those 3 still shots will be the crux of that video. This is a hack alert. This is something somebody else is going to say in another video somewhere down the line, but I'm saying it right here, right now, and you know where you heard it. Oh, yes. Not a bad match. Again, underscores the idea that, you know, just because Miz isn't an indie darling doesn't mean he's not a great fucking wrestler. You get two promotional packages in the back. One is AJ Styles pumping up his boys out, Gallows. I was going to say Allison. Gallows and Anderson, because I can speak, I swear, because they're going to take on the Usos tonight, and we get another promo package for Primo and Epico, the Greetings from Puerto Rico, which I really hope isn't their tag team name. Vaudevillains versus the Social Outcasts is a thing. English and Axel start the match. Takedown by Gotch, double team, jabs by the villains, and a headlock. Arm drag by Axel, double clothesline. There's a double clothesline spot where they both knock each other out. Elbows to the face and a belly to back suplex by... Sorry, a belly to belly suplex by Bo Dallas. Gotch tosses Axel while English boots Dallas. Easy for you to say. Apparently I can't talk today. Whirling Dervish to Dallas by the Vaudevillains get the win, seeing as I apparently can't talk. Cass comes out, pissed off, and just kicks the shit out of everybody. Kicks the shit out of the Vaudevillains, and Axel's right next to him going, yeah man, you go get him. And East River Crossing for Axel, fuck off, get out. Again, and it's a theme tonight. The one person in the entire scenario that didn't do very much is the one that gets to stand tall. Much like Cesaro in the other segment, Cass here. Obviously, they're playing off the emotional turmoil of Enzo's very legitimate injury from Payback, which is unfortunate, but it's a cool way to keep Cass on the show. Much like him joining the New Day on Raw was a very good way to keep him on the show. By far, the best match of the night is Natty and Becky Lynch versus Charlotte and Emma. Now, I like this because it's keeping... obviously, we got the title situation to look forward to at Extreme Rules, but I really like that we're keeping in the forefront this brewing rivalry between Becky Lynch and Emma. Emma coming up from NXT with that wicked heel persona that she had when she was picking on Bayley and all that sort of thing. She brought it to the main roster, and it's working. And like I said in my thoughts video, you've got the Charlotte, Sasha, Becky triad there that were like the girls that brought the evolution of the women's division. And it's just like, it's no offense to them. They are all great, but I love to see somebody getting spotlight other than those 3, because you can't say these are our 3 stars and the rest of them are just... you know, floating out there. I mean, obviously that's what they're doing with Natty. I mean, if the Bellas hadn't retired, the Bellas would be having a spot in here. I hope we can keep Naomi off TV. That makes me happy. We can do something with Tamina, Alicia Fox, Cameron. Please, Cameron, rather than Naomi. I'm just saying. Anyways, they make a point on commentary to talk about the fact that Becky worked with Natty up in Calgary when her career was first getting started. So that's a neat little touch. Becky Lynch comes out in a Natalia Neidhart t-shirt tank top deal, showing the solidarity of the babyface team, which is also a nice neat little touch. Natty and Charlotte start with a collar and elbow tie-up, a side headlock by Charlotte, a head scissor by Natty, and a front face lock. Double team sort of snapmare wishbone type maneuver by Natty and Becky. Leg drop and an elbow drop and a twisting leg drop by Becky. Boot by Charlotte, a mud hole by Emma. Corner chops by Charlotte and a snapmare by Emma. Face plant by Emma and mounted punches, a mud hole by Charlotte My writing sucks. Snap a mud hole by Charlotte, who rides a headlock and finishes it off with a takedown. Hot tag to Becky. Rolling clotheslines and a leg lariat by Becky. Corner splash and a super kick to the gut by Becky. Faceplant by Emma. Figure 4 headlock buster by Charlotte as we go to commercial break. I'm just coming up with names for stuff because the commentators don't name things anymore. But basically, the figure 4 headlock buster is where she puts her in a figure 4 headlock, turns around and starts thrusting herself into the ground, taking her opponent's head with it. So the nicest, not insulting way to call it is the figure 4 headlock buster. And it would probably break your face if she was doing it legitimately. As we come back from commercial break, we see Charlotte working over Becky's leg. Forearms by Becky and a boot by Charlotte. Snapmare and kicks to the back by Emma. Backbreaker in the ropes by Emma and a boot by Charlotte. Snapmare and a knee drop by Charlotte. Becky and Emma trade punches. Backdrop by Becky. Rolling clotheslines and a slingshot atomic drop by Natty. Run up the back and a basement dropkick by Natty. Discus clothesline and a sharpshooter by Natty. Clothesline to the back by Emma. Double underhook vertical suplex and fuck it's pretty by Emma. Emmy. Because I can speak. Emma hits the Emma sandwich thing in the corner. Natty revives and locks in the sharpshooter while Charlotte watches from the outside, kind of selling the whole, oh my god, that could be me at Extreme Rules thing. Doesn't save her partner, no honor among thieves. The baby faces get a very happy victory, and this match could have gone another 5 minutes, and I would have been a happy kid, guys. Much like I said about the Eric Young and Samoa Joe match on NXT, I will say if you didn't see this match, go back and check it out. Rusev squashed Ryder, and then Kalisto came in, hit a cheap shot on Rusev, and ran away. The underdog, babyface, scrappy fighter gimmick that they're trying to give Kalisto, and he comes in and he takes a cheap shot at Rusev and runs away. Like a single the springboard corkscrew back elbow thing that he does, literally runs in the ring, does that, leaves. And he's the babyface. For reasons. Anyways, Usos versus Anderson and Gallows. With AJ in one corner, with Roman in the other corner, because we have another backstage segment where AJ basically walks into the lion's den, so to speak, and says to Roman, I need to know if you're going to be with your boys tonight. Do I need to be with my guys tonight? Roman sort of pulls the, well, I'm the champion, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So AJ's response is, what you would think it would be. It's like, all right, see you out there. Anderson and Jay trade punches, and we get some corner chops by Jay, kicks and stomps by Anderson, and a drop kick by Jay. Double back elbow by the Usos and chops by Jimmy. Jimmy gets tossed out of the ring. Roman Reigns, who's on the outside, goes to check on him. Doesn't do anything to anybody else, just checking on his cousin. Gets a swift kick in the back of the head by Anderson, cheap shot style. Roman jumps in the ring. Everybody brawls. We get a quick disqualification. But AJ Styles, as they're going up the rampway, grabs a mic and challenges the Usos and Roman Reigns to a 3-on-3 6-man tag rematch from Raw. Not bad at all. I'm not sure how AJ Styles has the authority to make matches, but that's another story for another day. It is restarted as a 6-man. AJ and Roman had a collar and elbow tie-up and a side headlock by Styles, takedown by Roman, forearms by AJ, and a couple of those crazy kicks that he learned in Japan. Oh my god. King. Whenever Gallows, Anderson, Styles, anybody like that comes in the ring, making fun of Japan. Constantly. Not making fun of them specifically, just making fun of Japan in general. Coming up with weird names for shit. A power bomb is a powerbombo, and shit like that, and making fun of the legit wrestling knowledge that Mauro Ranallo has about what these guys have done in Japan. I try to stick up for Jerry the King Lawler as much as I possibly can most of the time, but oh my god, he needs to stop this. The three of the most popular guys on your roster are guys that just came over from New Japan, whatever the initials are. IWGP, I think, are the initials. Correct me down in the box below. 3 of your most popular new superstars came from IWGP, and you're going to sit there on comedy making fun. I know that you're a heel commentator. I get it. But this isn't like, oh my god, you're a bad guy, I'm going to boo you. This is just, you're a fucking moron. So just stop. Several pin attempts by AJ, an uppercut by Roman, jabs in the corner by Anderson, and a boot by Roman. Both Usos splash him in the corner while Roman holds him in place, which is a nice little, we're family, we all know each other, we're a well-oiled machine. It's that kind of spot. Jay and Gallows trade punches for a while. Corner forearm splash by Jimmy. Gallows boots Jimmy out of the ring. Heavy body blows by Gallows in the corner, really playing up that almost Kevin Nash, I'm the big guy of the group, I'm the bruiser of the group type of thing, which works for him because he is the big guy and he is the bruiser of the group. Clothesline by AJ, Enziguri by Jimmy, rolling clotheslines by Roman Reigns, 10 clotheslines in the corner by Reigns, Superman punch to Gallows right off the apron, Hangman by AJ on Roman Reigns while he's not looking, which is nice. Suicide dive by Jay on Gallows, Superman punch to Anderson, Spinebuster by Anderson, spear to Anderson, Roman Reigns and the Usos get the obvious and almost predictable win. We end it with AJ Styles and Roman Reigns staring each other down so the commentators can hype up the match at Extreme Rules more and more and more. Now, as I seem to be saying a lot recently, they're toning down AJ as a babyface, they're toning down Roman Reigns as a babyface, they're giving Roman Reigns more intensity, and they're making AJ very questionable. A lot of people don't like the gray area, but I kind of like it. In this case, it's kind of one of those Rock versus John Cena scenarios where they're going to kind of let the crowd do whatever. They're obviously going to play up Roman Reigns as a babyface, but at the same time, they're not exactly ignoring Roman Reigns getting booed. Jerry Lawler hitting it right on the nose 2 or 3 weeks in a row. It's fun to boo Roman Reigns. That's part of the fun of the match. Just shut up. But on the other hand, it is kind of true. This whole idea that AJ and Roman respect each other, but AJ doesn't respect the Usos and Roman doesn't respect Anderson and Gallows, so each one of them wants their friends to kind of fuck off, and of course that's the mentality you want to have going into a match where there's no rules, and you never know what other demons might be lurking in the shadows. See what I did there? Anyways, before I out-pun myself, I'm going to say this was a pretty damn good SmackDown. Go check it out. Go check out the Divas tag match for sure. And that's it. I've been Spaz, your YWC Reality Check. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation, keep all these conversations going. Don't be a stranger. I'll talk to each and every last one of you later, but for right now, I'm tagging out. Bye, guys.